Inai is, in a very simple layman's term, is very much about the concept of love and how do you dare to love, how do you find the courage to love, and when you're in love, how love transforms in a relationship. So it's based on two individuals who come together, form this sense of intimacy, and the story is very much about how love evolves and the relationship evolves from that.
It's interesting that when two people love each other, there's a way of reaching yourself more than in any other circumstances, because the other one pushes you in your limits, pushes you in places you've never been before and you could never discover you had inside you. So that's why, you know, when you get married very young and you think all is good and it's going to be passion and love forever, all of a sudden you're pushed down on the wall crying and thinking, why, I didn't want that. Why am I going through that? And then bit by bit you realize that love is a process, is a learning, is a risk, is a will, but also it's a letting happen.
I think the way I look at it is like we're, not that I wanted to work necessarily just with an actress, but it was more than an artist, you know, where she goes to the edge emotionally, and that's also not just an emotional thing, choice, it's a physical choice.
I love the unknown. And I can almost say I love being frightened. When we started rehearsing last February, I thought, there's no way I'll be able to do it, because I'm out of breath after 3 minutes of, you know, running around. How am I going to be able to stay in a, you know, a 70-minute show? And he said, well, you'll see that at a certain point, you're going to love this moment of out-of-breath feeling. And you're almost going to look for it. So now when I'm on the show and running around and I'm like, you know, I'm in between death and surviving. I just come back to my mind, okay, this is the joy. This is the moment of joy. And it happens actually that you can transform it. You adapt yourself into another layer, and yes, it becomes okay. I think for me, where acting and dance meet is when it's not about words, it's not about movement, it's about something in between, that it's untouchable.